Article on comics being psychos. Billy Strayjacket. I was at the Wiltern Theater gig, and it was the best New Year's I've ever had. Well, you know what? It was one of the best I've had, too, man. You guys were a great crowd, so thank you. He says, I hope you come back next year, even if there's an overlap in material. People pay to see the Stones trudge through Jumpin' Jack Flash every goddamn year. Yeah, but you can't dance to my jokes. What's the fucking deal with Obama? I can't sing them. It's just no, dude. You know what it is? You think that you don't mind if there's overlap. Well, I guess you are saying overlap, but you're still saying come with some new shit. Believe me, I would love to do the Wiltern every year. That was such a thrill to work there. So I'm glad you were there. Anyways, he says enough ass kissing. I'm sure you've seen this article making the rounds about comics being psychos. What are your thoughts? My girlfriend said you made a comment about it on Twitter. Was hoping you could elaborate. Go fuck yourself and tell Neil we love her. Yeah. There was this study by scientists. We're trying to figure out, I guess, why comedians are funny. And then they just said that because we share the same traits or we are psychos. I started to read that, and it's ridiculous to attribute it to that. It's first of all they're making it's just a giant generalization. There are comics who are psychos, but there are also truck drivers who are psychos. There's teachers, there's mothers, there's dentists, there's lawyers, heads of corporations, politicians. Psychos exist. I really don't feel that that article has basically no credit on, for me anyways, as far as like, I'm not saying that comedians aren't psychos. But, I mean, this sounded like they were saying literally psychos. I mean, we're out of our fucking minds, but I think a lot of people are. But the reason why I don't buy into it might be I'm defensive because I am a comedian. I will entertain that, but nobody I know was interviewed for that article, and no comic I know who's worth a shit would want to take time out of their day, because that's like, at the very least, the only people they got were either struggling, new or old, desperate, like comics who just needed $25 to be part of this study. And then they're comics. There's no fucking way I would ever go into a lab and somebody's like asking me questions. There is no fucking way I could resist giving misinformation and watching the guy write it down and add it into his lab book with fucking beakers and graduated cylinders behind him. I would have all I could do to hold a straight face throughout the entire process. So, look, if you want to know why people are funny, it's a gift. You're just born with it. The same way somebody a carpenter is born with a gift. You're just born with gifts. It's a gift. It's not like, oh, maybe if I'm more like this, I'll be funnier. You either can do it or you can't. And then like any gift, if you work at it, if you appreciate the gift you've been given and then you try to develop it, you can get better at it. You can actually get funnier if you push yourself. It's weird. I thought you were kind of born with your level of funny, but it's like any other talent. You just got to keep working. But if you're not born with it, it's like me. I can't sing. I'd love to be able to sing. Doesn't stop me from singing on the fucking podcast, but like, you got to be born with that. I could take as many singing lessons as I wanted to, and you could sit there and try to break down the psychology of a musician. I'm not a musician, as much as I would love to be. I still play drums as a fucking hobby. I also cook a little bit, but you wouldn't want to go to my restaurant there, right? So that's what I think about it. I think it's ridiculous, and I thought it was really funny that some of the tweets I got were, I love this one guy, like just the fucking ego on just the average everyday person, because they always talk about how people in the public eye are egomaniacs. I don't think we're any different than anybody in the fucking crowd. It's the same level of ego. Some guy sends me this fucking tweet and he goes, this article proves what I've always thought about comedians. Oh, really? Your study that you never did with all the comedians you never hung out with? And this one fucking article proves it. I don't know. It's more like, aren't you just unhappy with your own life on some level? And it's great to see that they're saying that these people who do this admirable thing are actually all psychopaths. So it makes you feel better about whatever your lot in life. I don't fucking know. Whatever. That's what I feel about it. I might be wrong. Maybe I'm a psycho and I can't wrap my head around it.